What's up, guys? It's me, Rennie from Renwell Speaks. So, what's going on? I wanted to do a short video because I've had a lot of discussions with different women. So, there's a thing that's going on now where women are of the view that they're weak. And so, this video, for instance, is me the strength of a woman because I want to get something very clear. I don't know where when this concept of women thinking that they are weak came about. What I do know for a fact is that women are weaker than men, or they are the weaker sex. They've always been that way, and it will always be that way. I want to make that very, very clear. The time it is taking for women to try to compete with men is doing two things. They're wasting time and it's hurting themselves. The problem is that women have not spent enough time trying to understand who they are and their own purpose and value in life and to men. And I say to men because women are about relationships, not men. Men are about their purpose, all right, and being productive. And so for men, it's different. It's not the same thing. And I keep saying this in all my videos, and it doesn't seem to be clear enough to women. So when I'm interacting with people who have been following me for like 3-4 years, they're still communicating from that vantage point of how weak women are. I just looked at something on Netflix, series on Netflix that's called Strong. And what it is basically is a group of women who have either had children or older and need to get back in shape. And so they've paired them with men who are all trainers. And if you go through that, you will see that out of what? Is it 7 women and 7 men? The people who are crying in every single one of the series are women. I've only seen a man cry once. And so the point I'm making is women are about emotions and they make decisions from an emotional center and emotional vantage point. Men are not that. Men are testosterone driven and so and we make decisions from a logical vantage point or at our core. Women have spent too much time trying to compete with men and you will not win because you're not built to compete with men. The purpose of a woman to a man is to ensure that he is or remains on his purpose and his testosterone levels are always where it's supposed to be. The purpose of a man to a woman is to ensure that she always feels feminine and protected and that he gets her estrogen levels where it always needs to be. We can't operate with each other. What happens in life is generally women tend to want to compete with men. Their testosterone levels go higher than it's supposed to be, and it affects them from all type of different diseases to their reproductive system or organs. So you find a lot of breast cancer and fibroids and those kind of things. And I'm saying that this nonsense have to stop. When you look at women support groups where that they actually are calling um, women empowerment group. Women cannot empower women. All right? I don't know where the concept comes from. So I don't care what you believe. Women cannot empower women. The only way a woman can be empowered is through a man because a man is the key to her empowerment. It's what activates her. Okay? Women can only support women, and that's why you see there are women groups. You see when there's a heartbreak or something happened tragic, that women come together and they hug each other and stuff. Women only can support women. I want you to understand. Men can empower men, but listen to this. You don't hear men saying that they are empowering men, do you? And it's because men can empower men. Women cannot empower women. Men can empower women. And I know for some women it's going to be a difficult thing for them to grasp and understand, but it is the truth. Okay? And the sooner women get to understand this and can conceptualize what I'm saying, meaning that a woman is operating and acting in her purpose and in her zone, then they will understand. Go and take a look at the Netflix series I'm talking about, Strong, and you will see what I'm talking about. This is always going to be the case, and has always been the case with regards to women and men. You cannot compete with a man This world was built by men, and you operate in a system that is designed by men that needs you, because the men who built the world that we're living in, the men who built the system that you are operating in, women were the ones who were standing with those men, supporting the men in while they were building the system. They weren't competing with the men to build the system. This is why when you look at inventors or people who have dominated land or time over time, you will not see there be much women to mention. One, maybe two, all right, at the very best. Let's look at three. But I guarantee you most people are not able to identify one, much more three. But when you talk about men who have dominated, cultured, invented stuff, it's endless. It's thousands over time. Women need men for survival. Men don't need women for survival. Unless you're looking at it from a reproductive system where over 100 years there will be no one for reproduction. If we move that out of the conversation, and thanks to Kevin Samuels where I heard this, and I fully agree with that analogy based on my own understanding of what happens between both genders. Because you don't need a woman, for example, to bring children into this earth. All right? It is the right way. But if for some reason women say, for example, we are not going to allow men to impregnate us anymore, it's okay. Babies will still be able to be born. But if the system is flipped, you can't have kids without men. And so let's not compete. Let's understand where everyone competes in their own zone. Remain in their own zone. Understand their own purpose. And make the best of it to support each other. From a humanistic standpoint, no gender is better than the other. But when you remove value from a humanistic standpoint, and you're talking strictly on everything else, every other platform, men are going to be the key. And I'm sorry to say it, there are some women who have absolutely no problem with that, and they understand, appreciate it, and they are great with it. But there are some other women who cannot fathom the fact that men are the key for whatever reason. I don't know. Why would you want it any other way? Because it's stressful being a man. If women were to actually be men fully and be in a logical standpoint and see how much pressure it is to be a man from a vantage point of us being the ones who would have to walk up and build the courage to say hi to a woman, knowing that we can be rejected, not having the ability to really wear makeup and or beef ourselves up more than we actually are, or give ourselves any excess advantage. We come to you as bare as we can be, because the most we can do is to go and take a haircut. And we have to be the ones that approach. Women will not approach men because it's scary for women to simply approach men in most cases. They can't risk being rejected. This is just the way it is. So I want you guys to understand, let's cut this nonsense about women and equality. It's never going to be equal. It shouldn't be equal. It can't be equal. It can't be. And the women who actually understand this and accept it have no problem getting a mate, keeping a mate, and existing within a relationship. It's the ones who are ignorant to the fact that they are supposed to operate within their own space and understand what their purpose is. Those are the ones that are having the problems and will continue to have the problems, especially on the basis that men are now fighting back. Too many of you women are single and will remain single unless you understand and agree and move within that direction in which I'm speaking on. All right, so go look at it. Go and look at Stronger and see how much women actually need men. See how many times women actually need hugs. See how often women actually cry, which I have no problem with any of those things, because it's the way of women. They're softer, more gentle, and need protection, and I'm okay with that, being a man, understanding what my purpose is and what my value and purpose is to a woman. All right, so bye for now. Go look at Stronger. Like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Renwas Speaks. And please let me know what you wanted to discuss next. All right, bye for now.